Hi, Sabrina here with another tutorial for you, and this is going to be a not a crochet tutorial, it'll be a sewing tutorial. And I want to show you guys how I make these little tutu bags. They're so adorable. I'm making quite a few of them for a Princess Sophia birthday party theme, and I wanted to share with you how I made these so you guys can do these at home if you guys sew. So let me give you guys a quick things of what you're going to be needing here. I am using some stretchy material, but you really don't need stretchy material, but this is what I had in hand. And this is just stretchy purple material. Then I have tulle, and I have a lot of this because it was on sale on Joanna's, 3 yards for $4, so I got a lot of it because I have a lot of purses to make. So I'm cutting these in strips. So if you buy the one from Michael's and it comes in the roll, or at Joanna's, you can just automatically use that strip, and you're going to cut it from there to there. And let me give you the measurements on that. Working here with one hand right now. My tripod is broken, but I really want to show you guys how I made this. So give me a minute here. And the measurements for the tulle: 37 by 5. Okay? Then you're going to be cutting the purple fabric into squares of 8 by 8. And what I did was pretty much fold it in half. And I take a piece of chalk, because it's easy just to come off, and just go like this to the chalk, and it gives you that center line, just rubbing it back and forth on there, and it gives you the center line that you need. See that? Okay. Another item you're going to be needing is this metallic beaded material. As you can see here, it's got little tiny little beads on there, and this is what it looks like on the inside. Very stretchy. It goes with the stretchy material. I got this at a flea market, so I wanted to use something that's really pretty and like really blings out. So this right here is 8 by 3, and then you're gonna need 4 of these, 2 of these, 2 of the tools. And I'll have this all written down for you before you guys start. And you're going to be needing these. And these are 8, I think, or 4. Let me see here. These are 4.5 by 16. And these are going to be the handles, so you're going to need 2 of these. You're going to need pin cushions, of course. So make sure you have your pins, scissors, and for this part right here, I used a zigzag ribbon, and this sheer ribbon, a little purple button, and then a rhinestone for the center just to hide the holes. So that's what I'm using here, and I have that right over here. So here are the buttons. They're just basic purple buttons. Then I bought this little box right here of drills, and they're all rhinestones, and they're of different size. 300 of them. I think I got it for $3 at Walmart. So if you guys are looking for any little rhinestones, and you just glue them on. Glue sticks and a glue gun for that part. And this is the ribbon that I got, and that's what it is. It's kind of hard to see, but it says rack 25 yards, and I've already made about 15 purses with just this. And then I have the sheer ribbon, and this is 6 yards, and I already gone through one of these, so you might want to get a few of these. Okay, so let's get started on this project. Okay, here we are. This is the 8 by 8, and you're going to need 2 of these just to put the sheer on it, and the other 2 are going to be for the inside. Okay, so what you're going to do is just fold it in half and put the chalk along it to get that line right in the center that you're going to need to mark the tulle. I like to flip mine this way when I'm doing it. It just makes it so much easier. I have the tulle here, and all I'm doing is folding it. I fold it twice right here. And then I'm going to pin it down. And then I'm just going to take a little bit and then pin that down. Take a little bit more and pin that down. And I'm pretty much folding it over, and I'm going to show you exactly what I have here already done. See this? And all I did was put it over and fold it and pinned it down. And then at the end, you're going to have a little bit extra. Just fold it in, then fold it back down again, and then there it is. And so this is going to be the tutu part. As you can see, I have it right above the line, just about maybe less than a 1/4 inch. And I'm going to sew along right on top of that line. Okay, so I have my thread already in there. I have the line already basically in there. I have this put on low for right now. And I'm going to slowly go across here and sew this down. And you'll do this to 2 pieces. Make sure you get both of those on there. Okay, so once you're done, you should have a piece that looks like this. And I have a big roll of this, as you can see. So all I did was cut this in half. But if you find that one that's exactly the same size, that's perfect. But if you have a big roll like I do, I cut mine in half. You can use the whole thing if you wanted to, but I think that's just a little too much, personally. So I cut the big strip in half, and that's what I have here is the size that I told you on there. And I am going to line this right over my stitching. See the black stitching right here? I'm going to put this right over it. And the part that is like all yucky, I want it on the bottom because that's where I'm going to put the ribbon right over it. This part right here is all nice, so this is the part that I'm going to have on the top. So I'm just going to put this on here. You can pin it down. And once I have it on there perfectly the way I want it, line it up perfectly, I am going to take it to the sewing machine and start sewing it on there. When you're sewing this, as you can see here, I'm going the opposite way. I don't want that. Ah! So I'm going to flip this over. Okay. When you're working with this material, you have to make sure you know which way these little beads are going. And these are going straight down. So you want to go the way that the beads are going when you're sewing this. If you're going the opposite, all these things are going to lift up and mess up your needle here. I'm sewing needle. So you want to make sure you're going the opposite way. I'm always thinking about crocheting. Can't stop thinking about it. Okay, so I have this on here. I'm putting it down, and I'm going to slowly start sewing this along the side. Make sure it's all lined up. Okay. Now I'm going to do it again on the very top. So right here, let me line it up real quick. On the very top of this, on the opposite side, that's all loose. We already did the part that's already stitched. You want to put it right here and start going on top. I'm done. Okay, and you want to do that to both pieces. Okay, so I have both my pieces done, and I've gone ahead and done one of the straps so you guys can see exactly what it's supposed to look like, as you can see here. And I'm going to show you how we do that. Now we're going to fold the 2 ends together. And if you have an iron, it's best for beginners to do this with an iron, or anybody, because it's just better. And what you're going to do is just fold the 2 ends together, make sure they're even, and then you're going to fold it again right over. So it'll be like this. Okay. Now, I'm working with one hand here while I'm holding this camera. You're going to fold the ends together, then you're going to fold it again in half. And what you're going to do is just pin along that. So let me show you exactly what I mean. Fold the two ends together, then fold it in half. And this is pretty much what you'll do, is pin it along the side so you can hold down. And as if I take out a pin, you can actually see what I mean here. Okay, so if you open it, you put the two ends together. See how the two ends are touching each other? Then you're going to take that middle center and you're just going to fold it right over, and you're just going to pin it all down. Now you're going to sew along each side. You're going to sew on this side and this side. And I went about 1/8 of an inch in both ends. And I'm just using a straight stitch on everything here because it's just easier just to get these things done because it's just too much work. And what I do is I just put it down and just sew along. So I'm going to finish this strap up, you finish yours up, and we'll get this bag getting going here, okay? I have both my straps done, as you can see here, and now what we're going to do is attach the straps to the bag. So we have both our parts here. You're going to take both the straps, go about 1 inch away from the ends here, have it a little bit up over the fabric, about 1/4 of an inch, as you can see I have here. And you're going to take the other end and put it on the other side, making sure it's 1 inch away from the side here and 1/2 inch from the top here. Then you're going to take your other piece that you have not done anything to, which is right here, and you're going to place that right on top. Place it on top, and then take a little pin right here and pin this down and pin this down, and we're going to sew across. So I'm going to pin these down, and then I'm going to show you how I sewed it across. You're going to do the same thing to the other one as well. Lay down your strap the same way and attach the other piece of purple fabric on top, and then we're going to sew across. Okay, so I have both my pieces done here. Here's one and there's the other. What you're going to do is flip one over right on top of the other one, line up the pretty fabric together. And the tutu part, make sure these two are lined up correctly when you're doing this. Bring it all the way down. Same thing with the other side. Make sure your straps are inside your handles perfectly. And you're going to line this up. Make sure the handles are all lined up. Make sure this is lined up perfectly when you're doing this. Pin it all the way around. And then we're going to sew it. So I'm going to go ahead and pin these so I pinned everything down, as you can see here. When you're pinning the bottom part where the tool's at, make sure you tuck it in. Do not sew the tool down on the the fabric, because it will get stuck. You want to tuck it in so it can be all loose and frizzy like this one is. See that? So we're going to be sewing this across. When we're sewing it, I start from the edges here, because it just makes sure everything is lined up correctly. And then we're going to start from one side, bring it all the way around, then I come along from this side. But when I get to the end here, I'm going to leave an opening. So as you can see here, I put my pins down separate. I'm going to leave an opening about that big, which is about 2 inches. And that opening is going to help me flip this inside out. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do here. So I'm just going to be sewing this around. When I get to the end here, I'm going to show you exactly how I do the top for doing that. So let's get that started here. And bear with me, I am working with one hand here. So okay, putting this right in there. Make sure it's lined up. Okay, I have a bobby pin here. I'm going to take that bobby pin out. when I'm sewing this along here, I like to get my pins out. Okay. Make sure this is down. And as you can see, I'm just sewing across the sides here. And this is the loose end, so I'll make sure that's really loose. This doesn't have the tulle in there. This is the side that does not have the tulle, so I want to show you exactly what I mean. Take out my other pin. Continue sewing down. Okay, so when I get to the corner here, I just lift it up, turn my work, I just staggered onto the foot. Give me a second here. There we go. Put my foot back down. Take out the other pin. And now I'm going to sew across. And that's like right about where my bobby pin was at. I'm going to lift my foot up, pull tight till I get to the other bobby pin, and put my foot down. Make sure I get that bobby pin out before I do that. There we go. Put my foot down again, and then I'm going to sew across. That gives it the opening by stretching the thread, like just not sewing in that one section. Stop, turn, open the foot, turn, put my foot back down. I'm going to take this bobby pin out so I can sew it. Okay. I'm going to sew up. Take the other pin out. Try not to poke yourself. So I want to show you, I have the opening right here where I stretched it. So all I need to do is cut this thread, the string off, and there's my opening right there. So I'm going to take my opening to flip this around. And still continue sewing across. And my sewing machine is not like ultimate sewing machine. All I have is this little one that's a singler. I got it at Walmart for a decent price. I think it was like $60. Really good price. I go through sewing machines like crazy. They break down on me like crazy. For some reason, I don't know why. I have bad luck with sewing machines. So I don't spend a lot of money on sewing machines anymore. I actually bought a very expensive one, and that one broke on me too. So I'm pushing my tool inside, as you can see here, because I took the bobby pin out. So I'm making sure I sew it on this side here. Okay, take the other pin out. Get the tip here. Get to the corner. Lift up your foot. Turn around. Get the ends here. And I'm going to do this one off camera because I don't want to get the tool. And I'll come back to you and with it all finished up all the way to the end here. And I'm going to show you how we flip this inside out. So I finished up sewing the rest of the bag. So it's all the way around. I have my opening right here. So all you do is just cut the string right here. And cut the other piece of string on the other side. Okay. And this is going to be your opening. So all you're going to do is start feeding this inside out through the hole. So I'm going to do that. I feed everything through the hole just like you would do a pillowcase. Just shake it out. So there's the side that has the pretty ruffle part out. And here is your inside. Now your inside, you have that hole there. So of course, what you need to do is tuck that in. And then what I do is just sew along the edging here. Okay, make sure you cut in all your ends. Okay, and then all you're going to do is take that inside and tuck it right into the purse. Like, okay. Okay, so now we're going to glue on the ribbon, the little bow, and the button. And I forgot to tell you guys, I have these little ties here, and these are like little bag ties. I just cut them in half, and I use this to tie my buttons. You can use a string, or not my buttons, but the bow. And I'll show you exactly what I mean on this. Okay, so I'm going to set this one aside. Here's the one that we finished. I take a little bit of glue and start from the corner edge here. So I'm putting a little dab of glue right there. And I'm going to take my little thing here, the zigzag ribbon, attach it. Make sure you don't burn yourself. Glue guns always seem to burn. And I'm just going to take the glue up on the ribbon and place it slowly down over the edge of this part right here, and go all the way around, going across here as well. And when I get to the end here, I'm going to overlap just a little bit, about right here, and glue it down so I can put the little bow right here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. So I glued it all down on the edge. As you can see here, I overlapped just a little bit at the end here, and now I'm going to do my bow. Bows are very, very simple if you know how to do them right. Okay, so I have my little sheer ribbon here. Okay, this is about 8 inches, and the width on this, 5/8. Okay, so I've already done. What you're gonna do here is you got a center here, and then you got your ends. You just bring your ends in, overlap them. It's kind of hard for me to show you. Let me see what I can do. So I have the ribbon here, and what you're going to do is just take the 2 ends, crisscross them, make sure they're even. Take that little part that's crossed right here, and attach it from the back right here, from the center, and that's going to be it. So now I take my little twine here, or you can use a piece of string, and this is just like a little baggy tie, and I'm just going to put it right over it, right through the center that we just had, and I'm just going to tie it down. Make sure those sharp ends are down too, and then I'm just going to fix the ends here, and there's my bow. So now I'm just going to take the back part right here, where the tie is at, put some glue, take my purse here and go right to the edge of where I overlapped. Hold it down just for a few minutes. There we go. Button, glue it from the back side. Put it right in the center of the bow. Now I add a little bit of glue right in the center. Take my rhinestone, place it right on top. I take some scissors so I don't burn my hand and press down. Now any little excess glue, like little pieces, just pull them right off, and our bag is finished. I hope yours came out as cute as mine did. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Bye!